Well, welcome everyone to another Super Saturday, and we are so excited this week because we have been building up to this for the last 6 weeks since the launch of the Best Day Yet program, the launch of the My XANGO Builder, and now the launch of XANGO AMP, the app. And with all of these great tools, along with your XANGO University and a gift from us, you have everything you need to go out and build an explosive XANGO business today. So, my special guest, Mr. Ryan Anderson, XANGO Vice President of North America, is going to walk us through this amazing app and tell us about some very special promotions that are going on right now and help you build your business. So without further ado, take it away, Ryan.
Wow, thank you so much for the introduction, but more importantly, thank you again for the opportunity. And good morning, XANGO Nation. Last night, Colli never ceases to amaze me. This woman works tirelessly for each and every one of you guys. We got on the phone last night. It was probably about 9 o'clock, and I sent her a couple of emails at 10 o'clock, and she took those emails and turned them into magic and sent them back to me at like 2 a.m. in the morning. She is a phenomenal leader. She's a phenomenal friend. She cares about, she doesn't do this because, her amazing commission check that she gets every month. She does this because she cares about people, and I love you for that. I love you for who you are and what you represent, Colli Butler, and I want to thank you publicly for being a friend and a mentor to me and all that you do. Thank you so much. And I'm excited. I'm definitely excited. It's been a little bit overwhelming at times because of the vision of everything that's been rolled out as of late. It's definitely been, there was this dream of being able to create the perfect vehicle to help people not only find success, but to teach people how to be successful. And I believe for the first time in our over 100-year industry history and a $178 billion industry last year that we finally have everything, like Colli was saying, to help people and train people on how to be successful. If somebody's willing to put in the time, somebody's willing to put in the effort and the energy, we can teach them how to be successful, and we can make that happen. And the final piece of that puzzle came in today and last night with the addition of the AMP app. What that is, and I'm going to explain it just a little bit, and I'll get into it here in a little bit more in a little bit. But what it is it's behavioral change. Even when I was dialing in on this conference line right now, as you know, on our WWTs, we use the same platform that we use, that the XANGO University uses for their trainings. In fact, Colli was the one that introduced me to it. I was dialing in on my cell phone, but I'm typically doing these calls from my office. And when I dial out from my office, I have to hit 9. And when I was dialing the number, I actually dialed 9 on my cell phone, and then I couldn't figure out why Verizon wouldn't let me dial into the conference bridge today. But that's really because I've done that so many times, it's now I don't even think about it. And if you think about that in our own lives, like what are like certain habits that you have, that you've created. You created this behavioral, these behaviors that you just go through a routine. You don't even think about it anymore. And that's truly what the addition of the AMP app does, is that it creates behaviors within you that are surrounded around personal development and your business development, teaching you skills that pretty soon you're going to be building your business and not even thinking about it. It's going to become second nature. It's going to be something that you're going to do, and you're going to have the skill set to be good at it, that you're going to be able to walk through and do that. And that's truly what the addition of the AMP app is, which I'll, go into here and more in just a second. But last night we introduced the brand new package. It's a XALO 3D package. We introduced a new one last night. I'm really excited about it. As you guys know, we have the $259.99, which is 3 Ignite, 3 Limitless, 3 Reload, 30 sample packs, a water bottle, and free sign-up for the $259.99, including shipping and handling with 200 PV. We also have the package that is all of that plus a case of juice plus a box of Ageless, which we call our XALO 3D Juice package. for $499.99 for 400 PB. Well, last night and today we're introducing you to the XALO Mini Package. The XALO Mini Package is 40 servings of each. So you're getting 2 Ignite, 2 Limitless, 2 Reload. You're getting 30 sample cards. And so the servings would be 30 for yourself, 3 a day, right? We want to start our day off right with Ignite. We want to have that competitive advantage over our friends and our coworkers and our family members with Limitless in the afternoon. And then we want to wake up younger than when we went to bed with the Reload. And so we still want that. However, now this package allows you to sample 10 people. It has an savings of over $98. The first package, if somebody's signing up with this package, they get free sign up. Plus it includes shipping and handling for a total of $165 with 100 PVs. Retail is over $263. We introduced this package tonight and today with the fact or the thought process of that we wanted to, with all of these tools that were coming out, we wanted to go out and start empowering people. We wanted to go out and start empowering people with the ability to become successel business builders. We wanted to have them have the opportunity to start building. And so we introduced a new promo where we wanted to help you have the ability to earn a brand new iPad mini. And the way that works is here's how you qualify. You purchase any XALO 3D package. And for those of you who have already had it on your auto ship, or maybe you've already ordered it in the month of May, you already qualify. Great job. But now, starting May 15th, moving forward, what we're going to do is that you bring in 10 new customers or distributors on any of the XALO 3D packages or 100 PB package and above in the next 60 days. You have 60 days from the 15th, or, let's say today's the 16th, tomorrow's the 17th, Monday the 18th, I sign up somebody and they come in on one of those XALO 3D packages. Their 60-day clock starts on Monday. They have 60 days to bring in 10 new customers or distributors or a combination thereof between May 15th and August 31st, and they will earn a brand new iPad mini. This is an incredible promotion. Maybe you've already got an iPad. Maybe you don't. Maybe you have a smartphone. But this is an opportunity as we start rolling out these new tools to give you a platform to literally have your business in the palm of your hand to help empower you, not only with the messages, not only with everything else, but to be able to empower you to be successful. And we're teaching you how to be able to be successful with the AMP app. Now, we also, on our WWT this week, we introduced a new concept to XANGO, which is we are calling our XANGO Business Academy, where it's at the XANGO headquarters. It's for you, your team, your prospects. What it is it's a Friday through Saturday training, starting at 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. on Friday, and starting at 9 a.m. on Saturday, going to 3 p.m. And what it is it's an extensive training on everything XANGO. So not only are we going to sit down and teach you the compensation plan, but we're going to give you the tools and teach you how to turn around and teach others the compensation plan, to be able to use the compensation plan as a tool for recruiting new prospects and recruiting new distributors. This is one of the greatest compensation plans in the world. This is not just because it's rewarding and because it's easy and simple. We have it so that we can teach you and use it as a tool so that you can build a business, so that you can build a legacy, build an income that's going to be here for generations to come. How you do that is you're going to email Kelly Allred at XANGO.com, Kelly A at XANGO.com. The June class that we introduced on Thursday is already full. So we are starting, the next class will be on August 14th through the 15th. It's in-depth training, inspiration, growth. The cost is $99 per person or $150 per couple. What that includes is your meals while you're here, your training materials, so you'll have some workbooks and some of those other things. You're going to get some swag, some fun XANGO swag to take away from it. But we're also going to give you $400 worth of product that we're going to teach you how to use that product and to go out and build a business in the next 30 days with it. Plus, by attending, you're also going to get points for the car drawing in Vegas. Now, you have to be in Vegas to win the car, but I know everybody on this call is planning on being in Vegas, so why not have your name in the hat a couple more times for the carved Ryan. That's the XANGO Business Academy. Now, we also have the promotion, the iPads Fortune and Fame still going on. We've already given out 2 iPads with that. But we're going to take all of the qualifiers from March, April, May, put them in a hat. That person, that individual, is going to win 6 XANGO Rush tickets because they've been building their business, and they're going to have some XANGO Rush tickets that they're going to want. 3-night suite at the MGM Grand, backstage passes, VIP seating. You're going to have an incredible experience at the XANGO Rush convention, so that's still going on. And that, yes, that overlaps with the iPad promotion. But again, we just want this to be really rewarding. We want people to be excited and energized about what's going on. And I hope you guys have been following us on Facebook, because the Sandi Cohen and Colli Butler and many of you have already earned your way on the XANGO Paradise trip. Colli and I are already got our tanning salon bookings already there, because we're already starting to work on our tan, because we are going to the Mexican Riviera, and we want every one of you to come on the trip with us. We want every one of you to come and experience and feel the benefits of this once-in-a-lifetime trip, this experience of the Mexican Riviera. Now, we always end these with a quote. We always, something that's important to me is, because this is about personal development. We believe here at XANGO that if you're with us 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, 1 year, 100 years, no matter how long you're with us, I always want you to feel like you got more out of XANGO than what you put into it. We want to create better fathers, mothers, teachers, CEOs, plumbers. It doesn't matter who you are, what walk of life you come from, what's your demographics. We want to help empower you to be better, to help you grow. And so this is an incredible quote. I love this one by Jensen Chia. It says, "Don't wait until you are ready to take action. Instead, take action to be ready." There's this green light syndrome that people, if you think about it, people are, I'm ready. I've got the tools, I've got the education, I've got the knowledge, I've got the passion, I've created my story, I'm ready to go out and build my legacy. But before I back out of my driveway to take off driving, I need all of the lights to be green in order to get to my destination. You can't wait for every light to be green to get started. You've got to get in the car, you've got to turn the ignition, you've got to figure out where the gas goes, and you're going to have to pull out and take off. And you're going to hit some red lights, absolutely. But that's the great time to be able to say, you know what, am I keeping on this course of direction, or do I make a turn here, or whatever it is. But you can't wait to be ready to take action. You have to take action to be ready. I love that quote. And in closing, I know it's your time. I know it's your time. I know it's your time because I see it in your eyes. I see it in the sales reports. I see it in the recruiting reports. I see it in the energy that's happening. I know it's your time. And I definitely know it's our time because of the time and the resources and the money that the company is investing to make it our time. And the time is now. The time is now for us to go out and take control and take charge of our futures. And I'm so excited to be part of this journey, and I'm so excited about everything, Colli. This is just a great opportunity for us, and I am definitely excited about that, Colli. So now, Colli, do you want me? I'm gonna pause this, and then I'm gonna go into those other slides. Correct? Maybe I lost you.
No, I was just muted out.
Okay, perfect.
So absolutely,
No,
and while you're switching over slides and just letting everybody know that we're going to take some pieces of today's training webinar to create your training videos. And so this was the piece from last night that we wanted all of you who was not able to see that get. And the other piece from last night is already created, a YouTube video that we're going to show you at the end of the call. So now Ryan's going to pull up his slides for today's training, because I've asked him to really talk to us about, and after Ryan talks, I'm going to share some things too, about the fact that we do have all these amazing tools, but obviously it can be confusing if you don't know how to use them. And it's really, really simple. It really is. But if you just have them all set in your lap all at one big time, like, okay, here you go, you're in business, it can be a little overwhelming. These tools are very simple to use, and we've got some systems and trainings in place to teach you how to use them. And I would say over the course of the next few days and weeks, you're going to become masters at these tools. So Ryan, if you're ready for the next phase, take it away.
I am ready. Nice. And, so just jumping right into this, the power of three, what is the power of three? One of my biggest frustrations, having been in this industry, growing up in it, watching my mom build a business, still collecting the residual income today from that business, but having been in this business, one of my biggest frustrations is, and there's actually a DSA statistic that actually goes along with this, is people join these businesses. They don't necessarily join a company. They don't buy a particular product. They're joining somebody else's business. So if I was to join XANGO today and I'm joining Colli's business, I'm not necessarily joining XANGO. It's not until after the fact that I get to be acquainted with XANGO. I'm joining Colli's business. I'm buying a product from Colli because I know Colli. I trust Colli. I love Colli. And so therefore I'm going to listen to Colli and I'm going to do what Colli says because I'm joining her team. And one of my frustrations is that people join these companies because they have high dreams and passions, or they love the product that they're introduced to, or for whatever reason. But then the frustration comes in because they have all of the motivation in place to go do something, but they haven't been taught the necessary skills to go out and be successful. If we were going to introduce you to if I was going to hire you as the president of this company, I would want to know not only that you had the passion for it, but that you had the skill set to do that. And if I was going to groom you to be that, then I would teach you the right skill set to do that. Why is that any different as we're going out and recruiting people and bringing them into our businesses? Why is that any different? Why is it, we talk about that this is a relationship business and this is, person to person, and that is absolutely the truth. But at the end of the day, it's still a business. And why companies don't invest in training and giving people the proper skill set to be able to be successful is a huge frustration of mine. The DSA statistic says that 70% of the people, 70% who join a network marketing or direct sales company will never place a second order or sign anybody up. So you can't really blame the products because they never really gave them a chance, because they never placed a second order to be on them long enough to experience them. And secondly, you can't really blame the compensation plan because you never signed anybody up. So how can you blame the compensation plan? But the reality is that we can blame the circumstances if we don't set these people up right from the beginning and teach them the right skills. Teach them and give them a platform that they can continue honing and building and growing on their skills so that they can become a true network marketing professional, so that you can become that CEO of your own business, so that you can do that, so that you can have the right platform and skill set to take your business to the next level, to be able to grow that, to have that true legacy. And that's really what we're doing here at XANGO. That's really what we're focused on. And I know, I'm going to say it publicly, absolutely. If it hadn't been for the Colli Butlers and the Sandi Cohens and the Richard O'Briens and the Ray Herons of the world that's created tools up to this point, I don't know where XANGO would be. The leaders have taken charge and they've been able to do that. But now I can proudly say that the company is stepping up to work with these leaders to be able to create the right tools, the right opportunities, to be able to create a platform in which I can guarantee you success. I can teach you how to be successful. I can teach you, not just show you, hey, if you get 3 and they get 3 and they get 3 and get 3, that's showing you success. But now I can teach you how to go get those 3 individuals and how to duplicate that and how to teach those 3 how to go get 3. And so that that's how you build a legacy. That's how you build a team, and that's how you create true duplication. And so the way that we do that is obviously it starts out with the product. I had a great conversation the other day with a leader, because I'd always struggled with that concept of, do you lead with the product or do you lead with the opportunity? Because if you lead with the product and the person's not interested in the product, then why would they ever be interested in doing a business selling products that they're not interested in? So you lead with the products, right? Well, this individual the other day pointed out something that was so clear and so relevant to me that it just kind of hit me, because I'd always struggled. I mean, I grew up with that. I'd heard that debate throughout the industry, about what do you do? And they said, it's not about the products, it's not about the business, because our business is our products, and our product is our business. And that is the truth. Our products are our business, and our business are our products. And they go hand in hand together. They can't have one without the other. It's kind of like love and marriage, right? Sorry if I go off on tangents. But if you look at our world-class product lineup here, every one of these products, you literally could take any one of these products out of this lineup and you could create a billion-dollar brand with one of these products. And so as developing products and putting products together in place, you have to ask yourself this one question. Would these products sell if there wasn't an opportunity attached? And the answer to that is obviously yes. These products would definitely sell because these are products that people need, want, and use on a daily basis and need to have, and they're consumable products, so people are going to continue to buy them. So the company is constantly focused on creating world-class products so that we can create the best opportunity for you, your teams, your prospects, and your customers, all underneath the umbrella of XANGO. You've heard me talking about that in the next couple of months, and it's only like 16 weeks away. I'm floored that it's that close. That in a convention, we are literally going to have the biggest product launch in the company's history. The biggest product launch in the company's history, not just because of how impactful and amazing these products are, but because of the tools, the training, the science, the testimonials, the stories, the before and after pictures that people are going to experience walking out of convention on Friday morning session is going to be huge. World-class products that stand alone, even if there wasn't an opportunity attached. That is a huge selling point for all of us. And it's the point where we all start with, because our products are our business and our business is our products. Next is we start talking about how can we communicate? How can we communicate these things? Obviously, XANGO prides itself in our branding. I was talking with a company that has got a ton of momentum and growth. I was talking to their CEO just probably about a week and a half ago, and he was just talking about, because he'd heard about the power of three and talking about that, and it was kind of asking about that. And one of the things that he said was, I've always admired XANGO, not because of the individuals who's there. Obviously, that's a big part of it. But he said the branding of XANGO. I look at the brand of XANGO, and that is one of the strongest brands in the industry. And the way that we brand ourselves is because of, I always look at a brand as window shopping. Maybe I'm dating myself, but I remember as a kid, we would walk up and down the street, and most of the stores, there wasn't a lot of big malls. It was stores, and they would, to get you to come in their store, they would put up all of their window displays, and you would go window shopping. And that's truly what our brand is people are looking from the outside in. It's their first impression. It's what they're seeing, and what that window into our business that we call the XANGO lifestyle, what does that look like? How is that appealing? What is it that people are attracted to? How do people get into that? And we do that through our world-class websites that we have. They're simple, they're fun, they're sexy. There's something that people could look at and be able to do that. So that's kind of our brand, and building upon our brand and creating those world-class websites, which obviously just recently we made those websites your own replicated website. And now let's talk about the world-class tools. The tools are the things that we put in place that makes it so that we can empower you. There's definitely a huge significantly difference between enabling and empowering. Enabling is just making it so that people get something because of who they are or where they're at. But when we empower people, regardless of who they are or where they're at, we can empower people with the message, with the tools and the skills to go out and create a better lifestyle for themselves. And this is a huge, huge selling point for anybody, because I guarantee you that somebody who's not currently in the industry or who's not currently with XANGO, maybe they are with another company, but maybe they're not with XANGO, this is a huge selling point, because I guarantee you that those individuals are thinking to themselves, okay, here I am. I want to. I see people being successful in network marketing, direct sales. I hear about people with the checks and the lifestyles that I want, and I want to have a better lifestyle, but maybe that's not for me because I just don't understand how to do it. Or maybe they're struggling with the particular company that they're with because they don't have the right skill set. They don't have the right tools to be able to take them from where they're at to where they're going, because they don't have the right skill set. It doesn't mean that they're not motivated. Doesn't mean they don't have all the passion in the world, but you have to have skills. You have to have the education and the knowledge to be able to take that motivation and passion and to harness it into the right activities to help move you forward. And that's what we do through our world-class tools. And these tools are a huge selling point to people inside as well as outside of XANGO. The first part of the Get Amp toolkit is the My XANGO Builder platform. That is your replicated websites. I said sites because we're going to be adding new sites as we grow. When we launch these products in Vegas, people will have their very own dedicated website to these products with the testimonials, with the videos, with the science already uploaded and ready to go. That's how simple and easy it is. Lead generation tools, contact managers, automated messaging, social media tools, digital media library, and then there's a mobile app that you can have all of those things in the palm of your hand. The videos, you can sign people up, you can place orders. That's the My XANGO Builder platform. Now the tax deductor, I literally got a text last night about 12:30. There's one of our MB30ers that's traveling throughout the U.S. right now, building her team and definitely building momentum going into convention. And she sent me a text about 12:30 last night and said, I absolutely love the tax deductor tool and what it's doing. She's traveling around. She's got the app downloaded. It's tracking her mileage. She's taking pictures of the receipt. So her entire trip is a huge tax write-off. Tax deductor is a thing that keeps tracks of your receipts. It files them for you so you don't have to have a shoebox when it comes time to file your taxes. It's uploaded with the U.S. tax code already so that literally it makes doing taxes so simple, so easy. You could do them monthly, quarterly, or annually. However you want to do that is there. And again, as I mentioned earlier, it's got the mileage tracker. Now the AMP app, which was the latest piece of the toolkit that came last night, is exclusive for XANGO. Nobody else has this. That's why I say this is a huge selling point for people inside and outside of XANGO, is that this is exclusive for us. There's a huge prospecting tool. I put my wife into the system yesterday, and this morning she came down. She was all excited because I had sent her this video. And I said, I didn't send you that, honey. She said, yeah, you did. It's right here on my phone. And the app had already done that for me. Like, I forgot that I put her in because I was just testing yesterday. And she loved the video. She was all excited about the video. She came down and was telling me about this video. And I was like, I didn't send you a video. And she said, yes, you did. And it came from me. And it was right here. And it was all done through the AMP app, which is so credible. It's got the prospecting tool. It's going to make it so easy to educate and inform. That's what we're doing, is we're educating and informing people so that they can make a decision for themselves. And that's what this tool does. It's a human behavior track. What I mean by that is that it's going to help create the right human behaviors. You know, when we first rolled out the 365 product, it had an AM, PM package. And we used to get messages all of the time talking about, is there a way that we could just buy the AM packages? Because most people would remember to take their capsules in the morning, but nobody would remember to take them at night. So they started piling up these packages of the PM packet of the product. Well, your best day yet is Ignite first thing in the morning, Limitless mid-afternoon as the pick-me-up, and then the build-me-up is the reload at night. Well, literally, through this app, we can help create, through our customers, through our prospects, and through our distributors, we can create the right behaviors, reminding them creating that reminder so that it becomes habit forming that I'm starting my day off right with Ignite. I've got the pick-me-up, and we can do that so that we can start helping create those right human behaviors. The business development training is it's the best I've ever seen. It is the best I have ever seen. It is literally, if you'll give me your first 6 minutes of every day, I can train you on how to be successful. I can train you. And the great thing about it is for brand new distributors, if I'm signing somebody up, I don't have to go get them. I want them to be I want them to get the Get Amped toolkit. I want them to get started. But if they don't, for whatever reason they don't get it, I can still use the app to train them. They don't have to have the app to be trained because they're getting texts and messages from me. And just this morning, I want to show this really quickly if I can. I'm going to pull this up, and I know that this is totally going off of the schedule, but I want to pull this up really quickly this morning and show you something. That this is how cool this is. This actually came to me this morning as an email. This is actually the email that my wife was actually talking about, and I just want to show this to you guys really quickly so you can see this. This is what I got this morning. Hang on one second. Sorry, I'm going off script here just a little bit, Colli. Don't be mad. But right here this is the email that I got. This is today Sharana will be working on their memory jogger worksheet. The email that went to Sharana this morning informed her that you would call them by 5 p.m. today if you haven't heard from them. Make sure you call them and then it gives me her phone number right in my email by 5 p.m. and see how they are doing. Follow-up is key to success. Now, the great thing about it is that I also, if I opened up my app right now, it would show me what I needed to do today based on those prospects so that I could follow up with these individuals. It would literally show me what I needed to do. And now I'm also getting it sent to my email. I'm getting it sent to, I get text from the app that tells me what I need to do. It literally is teaching me what I need to do every day so that I can build my business. How cool is that? And then there's a personal development aspect where we partner with people like Stephen M.R. Covey, who's taken his latest book, Speed to Trust, and we've broken it down into bite-sized pieces so that we can train you on personal development so you can do that. And this is the #1 follow-up tool that is here, that's available, it's ready to go. And this is exclusive to you here at XANGO, so huge opportunity here. And then finally, world-class system. The power of 3, it's not about just the money. The 8 steps, these are the fundamentals. These fundamentals have been true for over 100 years in our industry, and they'll be true for the next 100 years in our industry. But the reality is that we have to have the right steps. We have to be able to teach that. We have to keep doing these steps over and over again. Sometimes with fundamentals, Colli was talking at the beginning of this call about when you get into somebody else's car and it's like a whole new foreign experience because you have to experience different things and there's different things that go on with that. And so with that, we have to create the fundamentals so that they become a consistency. It's something that we're doing over and over and over again. It's something that we understand the steps. The step 8 is that we repeat. It's the wash and repeat because we have to make sure that we are continually doing those things because if we're not, then we're not going to be progressing. And if we're not progressing, we're digressing, and that's the reality. So we have a world-class product, world-class website with branding, world-class tools with a world-class system, which leads us to it's your time. Everything is in place now. Everything is in place. It's your time. I know it's your time because everything is in place for you to get there, and you wouldn't be listening to this call. You wouldn't be listening to this webinar. You wouldn't be watching this if you weren't ready for change. You wasn't ready for something better. You wasn't ready for a better future and to be able to have an opportunity to build a legacy. I know it's our time. I know it's our time because of the high 6 figures, 7 figures that we're spending on creating these tools and having everything in place to empower you to be successful, to teach you how to be successful. And the time's right now. Don't wait. The time is now because I guarantee you that what we did in the first 12 years, all of the records that we broke, all of the lives that we changed, the millions of lives that we changed around the world, I believe that we are going to do 3 to 4 times more in the next 12 years than what we did in the last 12 years. That is my belief. I would not be here if I did not believe that. The time is now. It's your time, it's our time, and the time is now. Colli, I am so blessed and fortunate to be part of this company. I feel that way because of people like you, because I get to work alongside you, be a part of this with you. Thank you so much for all that you do each and every day. God bless each and every one of you, and thank you, Colli.
Thank you so much, Ryan, and I want to be very respectful of your time and let you go as soon as we get a few questions answered, but I do have a couple of things I wanted to show also just so that you know yourself. So I'm quickly changing the screen share tool here. I'm going to show that, and then I've got a couple of questions, so if you could bear with us for just a few moments.
Absolutely.
And I'll save the rest of my presentation for after I let you go, because I know you are a busy, busy, busy guy.
You're fine. You're fine.
Okay, so now I am sharing. Just confirm you can see this.
Yes, I can see it. Yes, I see the XANGO app. Yep.
Okay, so just to let everybody know, I'm going to show you where you can get the app is available in the iTunes Store and in the Android Store right now. I actually have both devices, and I downloaded on both devices. The training, Ryan, I'm not sure if they caught that. I know you mentioned it last night, but the one-on-one training from the company is actually going to individually contact and help and walk every single person through the setting up of this app on the phone to the tune of, I think they said they can fit about 200 a day. So as people signed up for my XANGO Builder, they're in queue according to first people signed up or the first people served, and they'll be going through them this week. Could you just tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So we've already had several thousand people sign up for the GetAmp Toolkit, as obviously because we launched the My Builder on April 15th, tax day. And so we've already had a ton of people that have been experiencing the replicated websites and seeing those tools and having fun with those. As you can see, there was a reason why we didn't roll everything out at once, so that it wouldn't have been too overwhelming and confusing. And you know, that's the one thing as well, is that these tools, don't let it overwhelm you. They will, you know, once you have them set up, you know, like I'm already getting, my app is already sending out texts and emails, and I forgot I'd even put my wife in, you know, so that's the great thing about it. So the process is going to be, we want every individual who signs up for the GetAmp Toolkit to experience it and have a positive experience right out of the gates. And so what we're doing is that, you know, Colli's got up here on the screen, you know, this looks like the iOS where you can go download the app. It's available in the Apple App Store as well as the Android one. However, I would suggest, you know, you can go download it. It's there. It's on your phone, but you still need a username and login. So when the customer service agent calls you and walks you through this, they would actually, you know, go through and send you an email first to schedule a time to call you, so that they can make sure that they're, you know, that they get you and that they have your attention and that they can walk through helping you set it up so for the first time. But what we've done is we've taken this, the several, you know, there's like a little over 2,000 people that we've had sign up for that GetAmp Toolkit thus far. And so we sent those 2,000 people over to them yesterday afternoon so that they could already start putting them in the system. And starting Monday morning, the people are going to start getting emails, and they can process between 200 to 500 people a day, and they're going to start processing those people. Those are people who have already gone into their XANGO office and decided if they're going to buy the monthly package of $14.95, the 6-month package at $80, or the 12-month package at $120. Those people that have already made that decision, those are the people that are on the list getting these tools, and starting out on Monday, they'll start getting contacted. Now, for those of you who haven't done that, you still have the ability to do that, and you still will get contacted next week, and you'll still have the emails and have all of that happening next week, so that'll be a big part of that. So you'll still get the app by next week because we'll be doing a training on Friday. But the way that you sign up for the app, the way that you get the app is by going into your back office, your XANGO office, finding the product, the SKU of the XANGO Get Amped Tool Kit, and then you can choose which one of those options works best for you, and then that'll be there. And then the replicated websites, those three things that I showed you, the My XANGO Builder, the Tax Deductor, and the Get Amped app is, or the AMP app is all part of that tool. It's all of that. That's all just one price. There's not multiple pricing. It's just all one price, ready to go for that.
Thank you, Ryan. And so I'm showing everybody the back office. You just go to myxango.com, log in, and when you log into the back office and go to MyXANGO, to your MyXANGO back office like you've always gone, there you'll see the My XANGO Builder tab, and if you click on it and you're not signed up, you can also do it that way. You can also go shop and find it in the shopping cart like you said, but once you get it, it'll be put on. So I have a lot of people that who've downloaded the app, and they just wanted to know, what next is their training, because, we got a lot of people scared of technology out there, but yet they want to embrace it because the younger generation certainly does, and if we're going to prospect the younger generation, we definitely should at least have a few of these tools and some basic know-how.
Yeah, no, and there's going to be a lot of training. So the reason why the next training is not until next Friday is because we want everybody to have it on their phone by next Friday, so that when we do the training next Friday night at 7 p.m., everybody will have it on their phone. Most everybody. Colli, you've probably already mastered it, knowing who you are and how smart you are. But once you set this up, looking at it don't be afraid of the technology, because the technology is actually going to make you like the #1 follow-up queen or king. Everyone's going to think, oh my gosh, that that Rod guy is so on top of it, that he reminds me when to take my products. He reminds me when I'm supposed to. He knew that I watched that video today, and he said that he would follow up with me by 5 p.m. today, and oh my gosh, he followed up with me by 5 p.m. Like this tool is going to make it so that you are so empowered, so excited that you are going to be, don't be afraid of it. Embrace it, because it will change your life. Like, I guarantee you that any one of you that's been in this business longer than 6 months, you have people that you've contacted or that you've said something to that you've already forgot about, that you haven't followed up with. And I guarantee you, it's just a fact of life. Life happens. It's not that they're any more or less important. You probably wrote it down on a napkin and blew your nose with it and threw away and forgot about it, And that individual was like, hey, I met that one guy at that one place, and he was going to talk to me about that, and for whatever reason didn't get followed up with. This tool is going to make it so easy for you.
Thank you, Ryan. I'm really excited about it, and I do want everyone to know, though, that to build a business, I have to always give this disclaimer, because the truth of the matter is, you don't need a computer, you don't need a phone. All you need to do is deliver a message, and the best way to do that is with the tools, because you can deliver the message to more people faster and in a more efficient way than ever possible without them. However, just know that all you need to do is be the messenger and communicate this great opportunity to somebody, plug them in to the tools. So we do have some people sometimes from time to time that I run across that are doing very well that don't use the tools, but that's because they're talking to people who a lot of people who aren't into technology, but when they do find somebody that is, you better believe they plug them into somebody who does use the tools and can teach them and show them, because the tools just make your business 20 times faster than without them, for sure. And these are very exciting. So I want to show everybody now the XANGO University YouTube channel, because that's where the videos from the XANGO University actually come from. But on here, the newest video, and you can get to it directly. Just go to youtube.com/XANGO University. It forwards to this crazy URL up here, I noticed, but youtube.com/XANGO University. And the very last video that was uploaded, actually 10 hours ago at 2 in the morning, was this XANGO AMP, the app. This is a 33-minute, the webinar from last night, the portion that Brett Harward did that walks you through the app. And he shows you the app. He shows you how to, what to do, the contacts, the follow-up list, all of that. So if you want to get a real good inside peek at the app and get an idea of what you're going to be using and doing, and over the course of this week you'll be getting that, and you'll be getting it set up, and then you'll plug into the training on Friday to get even more. But you can go there to that video. The other place is, of course, on XANGO University. For those of you who haven't seen the new campus, you need to be logged in for most of these things. There's a XANGO International building. That's where all of our XANGO International tools are. So here you'll see different things. Our weekly webinar trainings that Ryan does are here, and the new websites, the My XANGO Builder. So if you go to My XANGO Builder, you're going to see 2 different video playlists, and the first one is the XANGO AMP, the app. So this is the training last night also. So in your back office, if you simply go to the XANGO International building, you'll get that. Of course, the one underneath that is all the videos on My XANGO Builder. So those are places that you can watch last night's webinar, all edited with great images and everything there. So watch that, and then stay tuned to XUEvents.com. This is where we will post the training for Friday night. We'll also post the recordings. We've got the faculty workshops here. The recordings will be here. They're also in the XANGO University. We're going to go back to the home so I can show you the faculty building, the resource building. In the resources right now is where we've got all of our archives for our training and our events and all of these good things. So you'll find the faculty training archives here, and you'll see the video player right here for all these Best Day Yet series that we've had over the last 6 weeks. So we've got those there, and today's will be uploaded by usually within 24 hours, sometimes the same day within a few hours depending. So that's where you're going to be able to get all these archives and find this information and access it again. The other thing is, of course, Facebook.com/XANGO University is the XANGO University channel. You'll see the webinar recordings there and the links there, but also Facebook.com/XANGO Juice. These are 2 pages you want to be plugged into. If you like the page, you should be able to get the news feed. And you'll see that as the news is happening in XANGO, they are putting it here on Facebook. So if you have not plugged into that page, go like it and scroll through and see what you've been missing, and make sure that you plug into those pages. And with that, there's a couple of other questions here, Ryan, about the tax deductor. Several people asking if it's available in Canada.
Yeah, it's available anywhere that the My XANGO Builder or the My XANGO Builder is at. However, it's not going to track your it's not going to track the Canadian tax code. So what it'll do though, however, is it'll take all of your receipts and it'll file them in different categories. So just a couple of weeks ago, I was in Canada, and there was a professional painter up there who had her art gallery and had her business that was also a XANGO distributor. And so she's using the app so that it can track her receipts for both of her businesses. It files them in different categories. It tracks her mileage. However, the only thing that isn't available there is that when you open up the app on your phone, it'll say, Colli, because you have your home-based business, you were able to write off this amount of money this month. That amount will be incorrect for Canada because it's loaded with U.S. tax code, not Canadian tax code. But for us in the U.S., it's nice to know that, hey, because I had a home-based business, I was able to write off $700 last month, and that'll be a part of it. So so it's available, but it's not loaded with the U.S. tax code.
Awesome. Thank you. Another question, I think I know the answer to this, but hey, might as well ask it anyway because it seems like an obvious answer, but it might not be. I've got people asking about if they have older iPhones, if it'll work. Won't this app work on any Android or iOS device regardless of the version?
Yes, it will.
Or does it have to have a higher version?
No, because because I know that some of the older iPhones you can't upload some of the latest updates with that. It's just no, it'll work on some of the older ones just fine. So
okay, so any iOS or Android device.
Correct. Yep. There's no stipulations on that.
Great. Another question from a European distributor. When are they going to get my XANGO Builder?
Yes. So we've been talking about that and working feverishly on that quite a bit. And it will be in the month of May. We're just finalizing a few translations and getting so that when you log in, when you select your market, getting the products that are available or the products that's showing up on your replicated website, that one, that portion of it will be is the only part that we're finalizing now. So it'll be in May, is what I'm trying to say in a nutshell. In
May of next year.
Oh, are we? Were you?
This is May.
April, May. We're in May. Yeah, we're going to get it this month. Yes.
We're halfway through May. We're May 16th, so it's coming this month?
So it may be the last day of May, but we're focusing on getting it in May. Yes, in May.
Wonderful. Susanna. Let's hear a cheer from Susanna. She asked the question. She's on all these webinars and gets to hear of all these amazing things all the time, but they're not available for her right away.
Yeah, no. Brian Gallagher is every day working on stuff. In fact, we were in a meeting yesterday for 2 hours with that. So, yep, it's coming, Susanna, for sure.
Awesome. All right, some other questions from some of our less technology-orientated people wanting to know if they have to download the app if they have my XANGO Builder, and of course we know they do. The question I have for you is this stuff that the people, they're going to call each person and email each person regardless?
They'll email them first, and then once, so even if, they'll email them first because that's how they'll get their username and password. So they'll email them first with a link to download the app, and then they'll schedule a time through the email that they can call, and then they'll call you and they'll walk you through setting it up for the first time.
Okay, so everyone gets to have one-on-one help from the company that actually developed this app to actually walk you through, answer all your questions, so no worries. You're all going to get intimate help. That is just absolutely amazing.
And give you a toll-free number that the agents, they're only educated on the app. So if you had any questions or concerns, that you have a toll-free number that you can call and get somebody on the phone that they're only, they're not, you call XANGO's customer service and they're wonderful, but they're trained on a million different things, from the comp plan to the products to the science, all that. These customer service agents are specific to the AMP app. That's how much money and resources that the company is dedicating to this, because we want to make sure that this goes off without a hitch.
That's amazing. So all of you that have questions, write them down, and you'll go through the process and make sure you get them all answered and get yourself set up, so no worries. It's very exciting. All right, I've got some people asking me. I guess my screen was paused when I was showing these things. So here we're at facebook.com/XangoJuice. Make sure that you like it, and you will see the link and everything for Friday night's webinar. Will be there. It'll also be at XU events, and then the XANGO University page they wanted me to show. So here is where we post our replays, and of course we also share the post that XANGO Juice has as well. And you'll be able to get the archives and stuff from today and register for next week's training. And here is the university channel, youtube.com/university. And the XUworldwide.com, you simply go log in, and then you're going to go to the XANGO International Building, and that's where you're going to find the My XANGO Builder, and that's where you're going to find all the training regarding it, including the app, all the videos that have been done. So asking about last night's webinar, where the replay is, here's what we're doing. Last night's webinar, we experienced some technical challenges, and those technical challenges have to do with multiple people with multiple computers using multiple programs and last-minute some last-minute stuff, which was really exciting. But it happens, right? Technology happens. It's no big deal. And so we were able to take that and re-edit the entire webinar with the slides. Ryan sent me the slides last night, so I was able to actually get them up, and it's there. So the training from last night is there on that YouTube channel right now. And then what Ryan did today, which is the rest of what was last night, I've got recorded. I will have that up and edited, and I will add that to the back end of the other one. So that video will have the entire complete edited version of last night's webinar. So it's there right now, the first half of it, and the rest of it will be updated later today. So that's where we find all of that. And let's see. Okay, I've got some other stuff that I'm going to show you, just one final little bring it home thing that I want to show. But with that, Ryan, I'm going to let you go because I don't see any other questions for you. But I would love for you to just to close us up, just give us some of your Ryan words of wisdom and tell everybody what they should be focused on doing this week.
I love it. I love it. Well, the thing that I want everyone to focus on this week is definitely plug into the tools. Make sure that you have the tools up and that they're ready and that they're there and they're in your hands and you're understanding them and learning them and getting used to them so that you can have them at your fingertips, because that's going to be, it's all about empowering. And I agree with you, Colli. It's about, how often we share the message. It's not about having the technology. It's about how we do that. But but the one thing that I would do is go into this boldly. Don't go into this cautiously and worried about making mistakes, because your success is determined by how much you can really learn from your failures. And I truly believe that, and so we need to go in and we need to jump into this and with all of our heart, and the rest of you will follow. And it is a beautiful thing. And Colli says, we did this or we did that. She did all of this. She put all of that together. And so I'm definitely grateful for her. I'm grateful for each and every one of you. Thank you for all that you guys do, and thank you for making XANGO great, and thank you for making it a home for me and my family, and for being so welcoming to us. I'm grateful for that, so thank you.
Thank you so much, Ryan. I so appreciate you. And we're going to let you go with that.
God
you
bless.
Can get busy on the rest of this week.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
Ryan.
you. God bless you guys. See you. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye. All right, everybody, I just want to bring it home real quickly with 4 steps. We did this last week, but I'm just going to go over them again right now so that you know. The 4 steps to sharing this business right now with people. Everybody that's a member of XANGO University has a free Gift From Us website. giftfromus.com has the 5 sampling products, and it also has a specific page just devoted to the best day yet. Get yourself a custom URL and forward it to your site, or give out your site, whatever it is. But when you hand out a sample, give them that site so that they can go to it and they can see it. Matter of fact, you could have them pull out their smartphone right then and there and have them go and to that page and make sure that they have it. That's part of what I do, is I'll let you try the sample if you watch this video, and I'll have them go right to my giftfromus.com site and actually watch that less than 2-minute video from Dr. Templeman on the Best Day Yet page. So that's a great way to get them started, to give them something to look at and get them going. Then we go home, or right then and there we pull out our phone as soon as the app's up, but we enter them into our app and into my XANGO Builder. We want to enter them in so we have them in the contact manager. So we're going to get their contact info right there when we give them the sample. We're going to get their phone number. We're going to enter them into our phone. But we don't want them to know necessarily that we're sending them. We're not going to send them anything right immediately, right? Because the app starts working the first thing in the next morning. Good morning. Don't forget to take it limitless. The app starts working for you. They think you're sending it to them. So I'm going to enter them into the app, and I'm going to go enter them into my XANGO Builder, and then I'm going to pick an appropriate follow-up presentation for them. You can create presentations, and again, there's training. XANGO University, if you go look at the XANGO International building and the My XANGO Builder, there's lots of training on this app on how to enter people into the contact manager and how to create a presentation. But I've also created a couple presentations for you, and we're working on creating more. And any of you who have any that you would like to share, any emails that you think are good that you'd like to share with all of XANGO Nation, please send them to us. Send them to XANGOUniversity@gmail.com. We would love to have as much help as we can in creating the best tools and resources and share them with all of XANGO Nation. But there's some there now, and you can find that by simply logging into your My XANGO Builder and going to your profile, going to Team Access and putting in XANGO University. There's just a few right now. The idea is whoever your prospect is, if they're a business prospect and you talked about money, you're going to want to send them a follow-up presentation about money. Maybe the comp plan, maybe the trip to paradise, some things that are going to attract them that way. But if it's just customer and you don't want to talk about money, well, that's why a gift from us, there's nothing in there about the money. And then the AMP app would not be nothing about money. It would be about the product and following up. Then you decide if you want to put them in for the business side of it as well. And then you can start sending them business emails and business presentations. So that's what's so exciting about this is it's now just easy. Next step, of course, we're going to sign them up. If it's a customer, it's a customer. If it's a distributor, it's a distributor. But our new XANGO.com, that's a whole lot easier to sign people up. If they're a distributor, of course, we plug them into the university. Once we're plugged into the university, that's where we're going to be able to get all these resources and tools and training, and the things that you want will always be there. So XANGO University, I'm going to go back and show this just to show you everything that is there. I'm playing with my screen share tool, so just one moment here. I'm going to show you a simple page that will take you to everything that's related to the best day yet. And that's simply going to, it's in the university, but it's a custom URL. It's XALO3D.com. XALO3D.com will take you to the page that was created for you to get all the info in one place. This will take you to some of the resources in the XANGO International building, some of them that are in the resources building, some of them that are in the prospecting tools building. This link will take you on a path through these things that are actually open for people to take a look at. Some of it's password protected, members only, some of it's not. Here's all your prospecting tools. There's your ProLine video and the new corporate video and the best day yet and all of that. And of course, the website at the bottom, it says click here to go to the XALO 3D Distributor Resource Center. So when you go that, now we're going to go over to the resources, and there we have this particular video player is all of the best day yet resources. These are all the best day yet webinars and everything concerning that. Then we have the links to the faculty workshops, the weekly webinar trainings, the My XANGO Builder, the XALO 3D corporate site, the Power 3 plan, Ticket to Paradise, the details, and XU events. So there is one place that you can go, XALO3D.com, if you don't remember anything else, that'll take you to finding all the other videos. So once again, last night's video is simply My XANGO Builder, which you can get to it from the XANGO International building directly or through these links. And here's the video right here, and you don't want to miss it. It's 33 minutes. It's great. And Brett walks us all the way through the new XANGO AMP app. So with that, we're just past the top of the hour. I think, let's see. All right, there's some more questions, but those questions are really probably for Ryan. So I'll tell you what, I'm going to see if I can't get him back maybe next week to do a quick little Q&A and a quick little overview, since we have the actual training Friday night. So just plug in Friday night, and then if you've got questions Friday night, write them down and we'll get them on and do a Q&A with him in the morning, and you can get any questions answered that you might have from that. Folks, this is a really, really, really exciting time in XANGO. I was born for this time. It's funny because I was actually born, I'll date myself now, in 1960. And I think the 60s was the greatest era ever for music, for the changing of our culture and society. I mean, there's so many things about every great muscle car ever built. I think was built in the 60s. The 60s was just such a great time. But I am so grateful I was born there so that I could still have that in my memory, but that I was able to be alive during this technology era because I love technology. I'm a technology addict. I have an Apple, an iPhone, and an Android because I like them both. I love the Google, all the technology out there, and Google Hangouts and all of that. At the same time, I also love iMessages and FaceTime. I mean, I just love technology. So I just want you to know that if you embrace it and if you just learn not to be afraid of it, and we'll take you through it one at a time. XANGO University is going to help you through every step of the way, and so is XANGO with this new partnership they have with this company that's actually willing to reach out and place personal phone calls to every single XANGO distributor to help them set it up, answer their questions, and make them feel comfortable. And once you do, it's going to be a piece of cake, and you're going to absolutely love it. So some other questions and comments. You can download those apps now. If you go to the Play Store, it's there. If you go to the Apple Store, it's there. And you may be able to kind of get yourself closer to the front of the line. So don't be afraid to do that. But you'll know that this week it's going to be exciting. So I have a question about all the websites I rattled off. And can I send out an email with a clear step-by-step? I would be happy to do that to all members. Just remember also XALO3D.com. That's going to take you to everything that you need to know. But I will be happy to add that list of resources to that page as well. So thank you, everyone. And okay, another question. Where do I find the link to the Saturday meeting? So let me go back, XALO3D.com. One of the links is on XALO3D.com. At the bottom of the page that says click here to go to the resources. If you go there, one of the resources is XU Faculty Workshops. If you click on XU Faculty Workshops, it's going to take you to a playlist, a video playlist with all the most current ones. This is last week's right here, and it will be replaced with today's by the end of the day. And then underneath that, you'll see a link that you get members-only access to the full library because it goes back a year. We use our distributor ID number, and how do we make up a password to the new app? Okay, so questions on that. That's what this company is scheduled for. I know I wanted to jump the gun too. See if you can jump the gun if you want to. They're going to be sending you the email with, it's not a distributor ID and password. They're going to send you an email from the system, a system-generated email and password to log in. And like Ryan said, they're getting to 200 to 500 people a day. They're going to send the email first, and then from there, schedule a time to follow up and have a phone call and walk you through it. So be watching your email. And by the way, let me just tell you where the email came from because I missed it. My email actually came to me on Thursday because they started doing this already, and I actually missed it because I get so many emails, and it was not an email I recognized, so it was not in my approved email list. So let me just tell you that it will come from teambitesize.com. teambitesize.com. Make sure you put that in your safe list so you don't have to worry about missing that email and it going into a junk folder. That's teambitesize.com. And that came to me, and then as soon as that email came, it gave me a link to download, get the app, which I did, and then as soon as I did that, I filled out a little questionnaire, and I immediately got back an email and a username and a password, and was able to set it up. So anyway, is that it? And I still got more questions coming in. All right. teambitesize.com, teambitesize.com. XANGOVPRyan.com. All right, the link for next week's XU webinar will be posted soon. This 6-week series we just finished, I need to go in and create the next, the links for the next registration for the next workshop. So I will do that today at XUEvents.com. So I want you to go to XUEvents.com, and the very first post you're going to see within very soon. Actually, I'll do this right away. So within a few minutes, by the time if you're listening to the recording, it's already there. Right here, the very first post is going to be the links to the next webinar. So just be looking for that within the next 10 or 15 minutes. And then always, if you go to Faculty Workshops to the page, it'll take you to recent archives and registration for future events. So we need to schedule the next group of webinars. And all right, I think I have all the questions answered. So if I missed something, put it in the question box really, really quick. But I do see my business partner on the line here, Richard O'Brien. Are you on the speaker line, Richard? Could you close us up for the day? No. Okay, I didn't think so. Sorry. I definitely, with Ryan Anderson being on the call today, didn't ask anyone else to assist. So I will close it up for the day and just let everybody know, folks, it is go time. I literally have goosebumps. You know, Ryan Anderson's always talking about how so excited he is. It's true. That's what the buzz is at the corporate office. I get down to the corporate office at least once a week. There are people coming through on tours. There are distributors coming to town with new guests and prospects that want to come and see this company. There's a buzz. There's a buzz in the air like I saw the first few years that I was with XANGO. I was down the corporate office like all the time with new guests, with new prospects. I know I'm blessed living here in Utah, but I want you to know that if it was a choice for me to come back here because of what's going on in XANGO right now and because this next wave is starting and I had to be here. Many of you know I moved. I actually have a home in Vegas. I didn't come back to Utah for any other reason other than your guests. You want to come in, you want to bring in a guest, you want somebody here, you got a 500K upline, Dwayne Dyer, who's upline from everybody. He's here. If you're on my team, I'm here. So use us. Schedule it. Even if you can't come, send them down. I'll go down. I'll meet with them. I'll make sure they get the tour, they get the one-on-one time with founders, because that's what's happening right now. That's what people are doing. And even if that doesn't happen, it doesn't matter because we got an international convention coming up in just a couple of months. And it's in Vegas, and there's so much time to plan and prepare and budget for that. And you want to build for that. And all we should all be doing, every one of us, all we should be doing is contacting everyone we've ever spoken to in the past about XANGO, whether they're a current or former member of our team, a customer, a distributor, or a prospect, or if we're brand new, and then everyone we know. We all should be talking to everyone we know, whether we're brand new and we've never talked to anyone about XANGO, or whether or not we've been in for 10 years and everyone we know knows we're in XANGO. They don't know what's going on right now. That's why I created the page XALO3D.com. It goes to the university, but it goes to a page that will simply walk them through what's going on right now. Let them know what's going on right now, because this is very exciting, and there's an opportunity right now for you to build, and your efforts are going to be multiplied and amplified like you're not going to believe until you actually do it. Start talking to people, hand them out the best day yet, plug them into those tools. Let the tools help you with the follow-up and be the professional presentation, and then just commit to the journey. And let's all go to Mexico together. It's in January. We have plenty of time, to win the trip, and that's on this page too if you go through it and look. If you go through the best day yet, you'll see the getting started with the best day yet right here. Best day yet getting started training. Follow that. Watch that if you haven't seen it in a while. have your new people watch that, because you could win a trip to the Mexican Riviera by signing up. Just 3 people who come in with a XALO 3D juiced pack or 2 of the regular XALO 3D packs the first month, so they have extra products to sample in their first 30 days, and then just 1 a month after that. That's it. And you got plenty of time to do it. So get yourself on the list. There's a lot of people who have already won the trip. There's a whole lot more people that are in the qualification that are close. Next month we're going to see a whole bunch more. Next month a whole bunch more. So I think they're updating this every other week. Folks, I am so excited for the opportunity that you have in front of you, and all I can say is let's go out and share the best day yet with everyone that we come in contact with and plug them in to the system and the tools. Thanks, everyone, and we'll see you on next week's webinar. Bye.